Yeah, I hear you, my friend. All right, so if you want to give us an update from your perspective as to what's happening and how we got to where we are and where we are today and where we're going.
Yeah, you bet. So, as you know, it's been a battle with R4R from the start. I've tried to right at the beginning. I've tried to reach out to all groups because that's what Yellow Vest is about. Is working with all groups to make this convoy work so that we were united. And as we know, it's been a battle with Rally for Resources. They wanted to do their own thing, etc., and didn't want to work together. So, we forged forward. We've been working our tails off here. Haley Wild is my right-hand girl, and she's been working hard, and all the group in the Convoy group has been working hard to make sure that we've been taking care of the logistics. So I got a hold of Ron Barr, who is the head of the Ottawa Greater Ontario Truckers Association.
Okay.
If I get that wrong, I know he's going to kick my butt because it's but get the gist. Anyway, and I talked to him Wednesday night at about 6 o'clock, and there was so much going on, and I said, Ron, I'm getting on a flight tomorrow morning, and we're going to get this all settled. So I jumped on a plane, we went out to Ottawa, and we got a whole bunch of logistics settled, and got our protests registered, and got Yellow Vest moving forward to be the organizers of the convoy. And at the end of the day, what happened was we actually met with one of the ladies that was working for R4R, and what it boiled down to is we had our logistics in a row, in line, and they did not. So we forged forward, and they just didn't have everything in order there. So just by working hard like we do as we are in Western Canada, that we were able to get ahead of the game. So then they just decided, I think, that they weren't getting the support on the GoFundMe. They weren't getting the support on in Ottawa. They didn't have their ducks in a row. So they, and instead of saying, can we at some point swallowing their pride and moving forward, then they decided to just back out, and we'll continue to take the high road here. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So I hope that kind of answers it, and they're putting some media out there that's saying the convoy is canceled, of course, and trying to make it look like we're not. Sorry, I got a call coming in. Is that you can still hear me?
Yep.
I won't take it.
Yep. No. Okay. All good. Well, not anymore. One sec. We'll get him back.
Sorry, had I lost you there for a second?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we dropped, but it's all good.
Okay, so am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, so I don't know where I left off, but we're just going to continue to forge forward and rise above all of the controversy, and we're getting inundated right now with calls that what's going on, and is the convoy still going, and and it is, of course.
Yep.
So we're moving forward, and at the end of the day, what we have to realize is no matter yes, we're Yellow Vest and we have our thing, but no matter what problem you have with the government, which is many, we want everybody to rally behind this, because let's face it, this convoy is about drawing attention.
Exactly.
Right? And about getting Canada, whether it's the Oshawa, the problems they're having in Oshawa with GM, or whether it's the veterans, or whether it's with whatever, the list goes on and on and on. Of course, get behind this, and support get behind history, and this is our chance as Canadians to finally say that we're fed up and with what's going on with this government.
Mm.
And do you think, I mean, this doesn't happen overnight. That people have been frustrated for years, and it just has come to a head.
And we honestly, in my opinion, we have to take advantage of it now. We're not going to get another shot at a yellow vest movement if we don't succeed in whatever form that looks like at the end of the day. This is our last shot, and we really have to take advantage of it. And this convoy is a huge part of that goal. But it is only just a part, but it's going to play a huge part. And it's like you say, it's going to raise awareness like you wouldn't believe. And it's going to put the eyeballs where it belongs on what we're really about with the yellow vests. And so it's a great opportunity.
Absolutely. You nailed it. And you know, the only thing I might question about your statement is that it may not be our, you know, we may get another chance down the road, but I'm not going to wait. We're not going to wait for that.
No, I hear you.
This is
for sure.
This is our opportunity to stand up. And my biggest thing is this is our opportunity to stand up as Canadians and show that we are not violent. We are not haters. We are the hardworking Canadian people that are going to show a peaceful protest.
Yep.
And that we are different, and that, you know, we're fed up. We're absolutely fed up, but that doesn't mean that we're violent and we hate. We have to keep fighting that.
Absolutely. And that's a narrative that the media wants to push. It's a narrative that certain politicians want to push, certain groups want to push because they're against, you know, a sovereign country and a sovereign Canada and a strong Canada. So, I mean, we understand where those are coming from. I think we've got a pretty good handle on it. And so one of the things that, and this is just for everybody who's watching as well, one of the things that we're trying to do is to unify the movement and unify the groups on Facebook, because Facebook, of course, plays a huge role in the movement. We're trying to unify all of the groups because there are a lot of different groups. We want to get them unified and build this thing to the point where we can have a voice against our government and the policies that they're ramming down our throat. We want to promote the movement as something that's yeah, we're angry and frustrated, like you mentioned, but it's also reasonable. There's nothing radical about what we're doing. We just ultimately want our sovereignty back and want Canada to make decisions for Canadians, and we want a different system of doing business. Now, there are some groups that and some ideas that we should be promoting the movement through solution. And there's also another group that I'm part of and that we're sort of part of that wants to first promote the protest, promote the mission statement that we created so we're unified, but we can attract more people because we're going to need critical mass to have any effect. And when I see critical mass, I don't mean 130,000 Canadians. I mean 1 million Canadians, if not more, joining the movement and then, and only then, will we be in a position to make demands and come up and forward solutions that we demand as a group. So we need to develop the base first. We need to develop the movement and keep the integrity of the movement, which originally was carbon tax / pipelines and the Migrant Pact. Now that all falls under the Sustainable Development Agenda through the UN. That is our mission. That's what we're protesting. That's what's originally motivated Canadians to get off their ass and into a yellow vest and start protesting and screaming and yelling about how pissed we are. Now, as far as the convoy is concerned, fantastic way for us to get that message across while we are continuing to unify and go in the same direction. So it's, for me, all the stars are starting to align. And here we go.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. And, you know, just a couple things came to mind. Actually, this is going to bear with me for this bit of a story, but what I came to realize when I went to Ottawa, actually, is I talked to some of the stewardess, and I asked the question, are you familiar with Yellow Vest? And, they've heard about it, but of course, all they hear is France, right?
Yeah.
And what we have to realize to most of because let's face it, we in Yellow Vest at this point, when you compare to the population of Canada, we're a minority.
Absolutely, right? We're small.
We're not, we're growing, but we're small when it comes to it.
We're loud, we're proud, but we're small in the big picture. Yep.
That's right. And to the rest of Canada that are sitting back, they kind of look at us as radicals, even though we consider the radicals the ones that are the haters and all that, because we've taken it to a different step, right? So we have to put ourselves in the shoes of the average Canadian, that there's various different ways to be on a team. And this is what the rest of Canada has to understand is you can cheer, if you play for the Toronto Blue Jays, you're down on the field and you're in the team, right? But there's various different ways that you can support that team. You can be a bad boy, you can be in the stands, and or you can be on TV, but you support that team, and you may not wear the jersey, but you support it because they're your team.
Exactly.
So we need the rest of Canada to, you know what, you don't have to, we're not expecting you to be out on the streets. If that's not in your nature, that's fine, but support us morally, support us, because we are the ones that are out there fighting for Canada. Just support the fact that we are doing this for you guys and for the betterment of Canada. Exactly.
I couldn't have said it better. No, I agree.
Well, I think you could have. You're pretty good at that.
Well, you did it well. So as far as convoy plans, things are moving forward. You guys are busy as you could be.
Yeah. Busy as we can be, but like I said, just my biggest fear, of course, was, okay, we can get trucks down the road. That's easy. We drive trucks every day, all day. But what do we do when we get to Ottawa, right? So, of course, that was a huge thing for me, and just having that now in our back pocket, and that's all good. And we some of the things we've done too, just so everybody's aware, is we've sent letters up to every premier in the country to invite them to speak, because this is an open, some are going to decline, obviously, but this is an open platform. It's a protest, but it's peaceful, and we want to hear the voices, and we've sent letters to ministers of transport. We've got we have a head of security is actually a retired RCMP member who is actually a senator. So he's heading up all of the head of the security in Ottawa.
Very good.
We're talking, we've really reached out to some professionals to make sure that this works.
And all of that gives credibility to everyday Canadians that want to join, that may be considering putting on a yellow vest and going to a rally, but they've heard so much garbage on the media about us, and some negative media, and some issues with administration of some of these groups. But at the end of the day, all of this leads to more credibility, which leads to more people joining, which leads to the growth of the movement, to the point where, you know what, we're actually going to make an impact. We're going to have an effect and real change as an opportunity. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, 100%. Well said, exactly. And that's and that's what this convoy is about. Is just I guess take it from driving trucks around Alberta, Saskatchewan, and BC and I said it right from the start, we can do it. But Trudeau's never given a crap about what's going on out here. He can. As long as we're under control and we don't get the votes, then it doesn't matter. So that's the whole meaning behind going to Ottawa, because now, guess what? You're going to have to wake up.
Absolutely. Somebody's going to have to wake up, and somebody's going to have to listen. No, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, you bet. We got there's a lot of time between now and then to see what comes of it. But, I think there's some, I know there was some Senate shuffle this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and cabinet shuffle this morning. And, that just, to me, I think he's paying attention. I really do.
Mm.
Obviously,
Well, Just wait till there's 10,000 trucks pulling into Ottawa.
Let's take it easy on that number.
Hey, right now we're in the promoting business.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I obviously would love nothing better to see 10,000 trucks, but you know, if you've, which I know you have, watched any of the rallies with even 200 trucks, 1,000 trucks, like,
yeah,
man, oh man, it is so, to see the pride in these guys' trucks and
Glenn, just even our rally in Saskatoon here on Saturday and the Saturday before, I always pull up from the back and I watch the Canadian flags and the yellow vests plastered on the vehicles and the trucks. I get a real immense sense of pride, and it's not a pride that you get when you go to a hockey game and Canada wins. It's way deeper than that, and I know other people are feeling it too, because we go back after the convoy and we sort of debrief, and everyone's smiling and they feel good because they feel like they're part of something that's going to affect change, right? And it's like we have a part in taking back our country.
That's right. So the one in Red Deer wasn't, it wasn't organized by Yellow Vest. It was organized by business group, and then I reached out. We had our truck in there, so I got a hold of my guy and I said, "Hey, why don't you guys come downtown?" And because we got some support down here, we got some media. Let's get it down.
Yeah.
And everybody got behind it. It didn't matter if you were Yellow Vest, and there was lots of Yellow Vest trucks, but But the point is that
exactly.
We stood together, and then we were doing the same debriefing, and this little guy walked by and said, we're fighting for my future.
Yeah.
And I still get choked up thinking about it, but it just makes me choked up.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Yeah. And so I can't imagine the feeling that we'll all share in Ottawa when this comes, but it'll be something.
No kidding. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and that's what we. Now that hopefully the fighting's done, that let's put some fun in this. We've got, like I said, we got. I think it's the Shaw Center that's booked right in Ottawa, so that we can have 3 days of breakfast, lunch, and supper, and we're looking at this is a we want to draw a little. We're not going to spend big money on big meals, but just people have to keep fed, and we want it. It's going to be it's a rally. It's
a 3-day event and a rally, and a bunch of Canadians coming together as one. Wow, it's going to be phenomenal.
It's going to be epic.
Yeah,
and it takes a team. We've got such such a strong team of people working so hard, and every town that we want to stop in, and this is my big goal in the next 2 days, is nailing down the route so that where we stop. For example, I think our first stop is in Regina. Well, then we need a hall for that night when the guys all show up. Let's have a supper. Let's sit down. Let's meet face to face. Let's join hand in hand, arm in arm. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not sure we can cover much more, but I think this will at least quell some of the rumor mill and the media release and whatever, and put some people at ease that it is going ahead and at full steam. So.
Yeah, you bet. We are rolling forward for sure, 100%. The one thing we can do, I guess, to all the listeners out there is, spread the word that we're not the discriminating ones. We accept anybody that's behind us, whatever your fight is, whatever it is, just get behind it and spread the word. Right now, it's kind of spread the word on social media, wherever that our convoy is going, February 14th. And again, we stood down from the Canada Summer Games, or Winter Games, because we're the cooperative and we're respectful.
Right.
Wasn't going. Their motive was to try and attract all the national stuff, but we're rising above that, and we wanted to make sure that we have stood behind other groups that are obviously we're going to stand behind Canada Winter Game.
Well, I'm going to touch on that here a little bit too, because there's a lot of folks here that probably don't understand how Canada Action and R4R relate to this discussion. So Canada Action, R4R are essentially lobby groups. They create rallies and they create protests. They've been doing it for years to try to raise awareness to the importance of pipelines. Correct me if I'm wrong in anywhere along this, Glenn. And promoting the energy industry, I guess.
Yeah, they're promoters of the energy industry for sure, and they do good work for what they do, and they've got their objectives. There's no doubt about that, and you know, and I respect the fact
absolutely
that they didn't want to stand behind it. That's their prerogative.
Absolutely.
If you want to put on the yellow vest, that's your prerogative, but don't knock us for rallying behind ourselves.
Right. So what some people here might not know is that Canada Action was interviewed in Saskatchewan actually last week, and they openly stated that they didn't want any part of the yellow vest movement simply because of the bad press and the claims of racism and what have you. So
yeah, that's right.
Myself and
yeah, sorry, I was just going to say that's why it's so important for us, for this convoy and this, you know, and moving forward with Yellow Vest, that we continue to fight that battle, that we are not that person or those people in Canada. We're peaceful but you know, we have a voice and we're going to stand up again for change.
Well, and the thing is that I'm never willing to do, as long as I'm involved in the movement, is to back down by pressure from the media, by pressure from other groups. I know myself, and I know I can speak for everybody that I've come in contact personally, anybody that I'm working with personally within the groups on Facebook. Not one person that I've come across is remotely racist, is remotely xenophobic, is remotely has any horrible agendas or comes with baggage from other professional protesting group or whatever. None of that stuff exists in my world that I've surrounded myself with, and they're all great people. And we have to fight back when the media tries to push the narrative by using, you know, clips here and clips here that don't represent the movement. They don't represent what we're doing. They're simply trying to distract and derail what we've got going on. We have to rise above it, and we have to fight back. We can't say, well, we can't say this or we can't. No, we're going to stay with our agenda. We know what our mission is. We know it's crystal clear, and we're going to keep moving forward, and we're going to fight that. And this, and the more exposure we get, the more we can push the narrative that we want people to hear, right? Instead of always hearing what other people are telling about us. No, it's time for us to start telling them what we're about, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, I truly believe... Sorry, I looked over at your video and it's delayed, so I thought you were still...
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. Listen, of course, now I saw a squirrel. So, what I was going to say is that I think we're getting the media's attention, or they're coming over to our side in the sense that the good thing about the convoy is they're talking to the right people that are portraying the peaceful message, and they're realizing, you know what, they're sitting back there going, hey, I don't see any of this stuff with the yellow vest. So
right, and listen, these guys are serious. These guys have their shit together, and so I'm getting that too. And Gormley's been a big help with that, actually, in helping promote what we're actually
Absolutely.
About. Yeah,
I mean, he took a 180 on the way he was thinking before, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I think, and sorry, that might not be a fair statement. I just, because you guys listen to him obviously more out
yeah,
there.
but he did definitely turn, and for a few weeks there he was kind of talking down about Yellow Vest, but he did turn a corner there the other week, and the more we can keep that communication with the media, the better, because I mean, we're out there. This is what we're doing. This is us. And we have to promote that, right? Instead of having the media control the narrative all the time.
Yeah, that's right. You bet. Well, that's fantastic. I like I said, I sure look forward to meeting you along the way. I'm sure we will, or in Ottawa, wherever it is.
Yep.
You're coming to Ottawa, aren't you?
Absolutely.
It was a rhetorical question.
Well, after you invited me to speak, I just confirmed that of course I'll be there.
Right on. Well, that's fantastic. I'm gonna let you go because,
for sure.
And keep up the good work. I've got I don't know how many messages to get back to now.
I hear you. We'll see you in group.
We're all good.
All right. Thanks, Glenn.
Appreciate the time.
You betcha. Talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
So there we go. That was Glenn, organizer, Yellow Vest Convoy to Ottawa. He's got his shit together. And we move forward. So not much else I can say tonight. I seen a few things there I was going to respond to, but you know what? There's so many things going on, I couldn't do it. But maybe next time I'll do a video just hanging out and answering questions and shooting the shit. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching. You're all up to speed. Share this video as much as you can with all the groups, and let's push forward and be part of something super big and super Canadian and take our country back. Ciao.